What up? What's happening? What it do? It's your boy Big Trail. Big Trail's Blogcast. Give yourself a round of applause, please. Clap for yourself. Be your number one cheerleader. If nobody claps for you, cheer for yourself. Clap for yourself. All right? You don't need nobody else. All right, we're gonna get right into this. This is from a YouTube channel called ABC7, so I'm sure it's a news channel. ABC7. The title is called "Man Who Fell Off Cruise Ship Swam with Sharks in Rip Currents for 20 Hours." Let's just get straight into this.
It was a Thanksgiving to remember.
James Michael Grimes knows he's lucky to be alive.
My worst fear is drowning, and that was something I did not want to have to face.
The 28-year-old going overboard a cruise ship in the middle of the night, saying he spent about 20 hours treading water alone in the Gulf of Mexico.
20 hours.
I wanted to see my family, and I was dead set on making it out of there. You know, I was never accepting that this is it. This is going to be the end of my life.
It was supposed to be a Thanksgiving celebration.
All right, before we go any further, comment down below, what's your worst fear of passing away? What's your worst fear? Mine, a lot of people is drowning out in the ocean. Mine is being burnt alive. That's me, like being trapped in an apartment and flames actually, not dying from the smoke, not dying from the inhalation, but the flames actually getting on you and burning you alive. That to me is crazy. Now, I know a lot of people have fear of drowning, like in the ocean or something like that. Mine's burning alive. Now, the ocean is scary too, because that's a big place. Imagine being in there at nighttime. You can't see anything. It's just water. You know what I mean? So that's a scary place because it'll play with you mentally because you don't know what's under there, what's going to come after you, what's going to bite you or anything. So I get why a lot of people is the ocean, but for me, it's being burnt alive, along with some other ones, but that's like top.
James Michael and 18 of his family members boarding the Carnival Valor last Wednesday in New Orleans.
We were just hanging out, having a good time, watching some live music, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Did you have a few drinks?
I had during the day, and I'd actually did like an air guitar solo, and there was a competition they were doing, and I'd won it, so I'd won a free drink, so I had that, but...
But you hadn't had you weren't like inebriated, had like a ton of drinks.
No, ma'am. No.
How many drinks do you think you'd had?
I couldn't really say.
Around 11 p.m. that first night on board, James Michael told his sister he was going to the bathroom. What happened next is still unclear.
Man, that's so crazy.
Do you remember leaving and going to find the bathroom?
No, ma'am.
Do you remember falling off the boat?
No.
You don't know how it happened?
They're trying to say he was drunk.
I came to regain consciousness. I was in the water with no boat in sight.
So you, for a while, were passed out in the water?
Yes, ma'am. Yep. And I can't float myself, even when I'm trying to. So there had to be, the Lord was with me when I was out there because something was holding me up the whole time while I was passed out.
The next day, when he hadn't returned to his cabin, his family alerted the ship's crew.
Crazy.
At 2:30, more than 12 hours after James Michael was last seen, Carnival notified the Coast Guard.
Can you imagine having to float for 20 hours? Do you know how much energy it takes to float? I went swimming the other day, and I'm not a strong swimmer. I know how to swim. You know what I mean? I know how to swim, but I'm not a strong swimmer. Plus I'm big, out of shape. So can you imagine trying to float for 20 hours? When I was in the pool, at least my feet can touch the ground. Like that has to take some mental toughness. Think about how exhausted you would be. The only way to do that is to actually float and just lay on your back and relax and not use that much energy. But I'm not very good at that. So I don't know how he did it, but I commend him for that.
Of a missing passenger.
We did have a fairly significant search area. It was a potential of over 7,000 miles of ocean we had to search.
James Michael was alone in an area known to be a feeding ground for sharks.
I thought it was a shark. I mean, I was swimming in one direction, and I looked around, and I seen it at the corner of my eye, and it came up on me really quick. I went under, and I could see it, and it wasn't a shark, I don't believe, but it had more like a flat mouth, and it came up and bumped one of my legs, and I kicked it with the other leg. It scared me, not knowing
Man.
what it was.
See?
Or at the time, how big it was. All I could see was a fin.
The avid outdoorsman
That's the
tried
people.
to stay positive
That's people's
and
fear.
calm. Exhausted and hungry, he ate what he could find to maintain his energy.
A stick come floating by. Looked like bamboo. So I started eating on it. And it actually, I mean, I'm not going to say it tasted good, but it gave some type of flavor in my mouth other than salt water.
Was there any point while you were out there where you thought, I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this?
Definitely.
When it started getting back towards nighttime again, the water started getting colder. At that time, I thought, you know, how much longer am I going to have to be out here?
Yeah, but you just kept swimming?
Yes, ma'am. You know, the fall didn't kill me, creatures didn't eat me. I felt like I was meant to get out of there.
As the sun was going down Thanksgiving night, James Michael says he spotted a glimmer of hope, the lights from a tanker ship, and decided to swim towards it.
That was my final little burst of energy.
Yeah, man.
The strength that I had, I used pretty much every bit of it to try to make it to one of them.
The Coast Guard then arriving, his miraculous rescue captured on camera.
Wow.
When the Coast Guard got there,
Man.
what happened?
They circled the boat 2 or 3 times looking for me, and you know, I'd done taken off my socks and everything and was just waving them around my head, trying to do something where they would see me. And when that light finally hit me, somehow I heard, we got him. And I seen a guy coming down from that helicopter.
Come on
And
now.
it was coming towards me. You know, right then I thought, man, I see the light.
I see the light. I see the light.
When the Coast Guard guy showed up in the water, what'd you say to him?
Well, the first thing I actually told him was, I don't have any clothes on. Because I didn't. I didn't strip out of everything. He said, that's fine.
Gotta weigh you
I
down.
was just like, okay. And he told me to hold on to this life vessel, and I was just thinking, thank you. You know, you're like a guardian angel coming down for me.
Man.
His rescuers believe he was seconds away from not making it.
I swam to as fast as I could. As I got to him, I shoved the rescue sling under his arms and collapsed into it. He had nothing left.
Yeah, that was
James
it.
Michael says the whole experience has given him new purpose.
These were actually the pants that I'd planned on wearing on the cruise, but never got to. And I put them on this morning, and I reached in the pocket, and there was something, it was a fortune. It says, life's a beach, enjoy the waves.
Wow.
Do you think it changed you?
Yes, definitely. It opened my eyes. I take things for granted, I reckon, or a lot of people do.
Do you think you'll go on a cruise ship again?
Yeah, I will.
Really?
Yeah. I ain't gonna let it discourage me that much. I might not get within 10 foot of the rails, but I definitely...
More than likely, he probably was drunk and he slipped and fell over, or he hit his head or something. I guarantee something like that happened. Oh, but what if somebody, like, I know I'm going on the dark side. What if somebody hit him in the back of the head and threw him over? I don't know why I just went there, but I think what the lady was trying to get at was, were you drunk? Were you inebriated? That's what she was trying to figure out at the beginning. And I think he did. He probably had way too many drinks and just somehow was looking over or something and fell over. Or maybe he was trying to pee off the side of the ship. Who knows? I'm coming up with all these theories. None of them are fact because they haven't been proven. So let's get on with it.
Be open to going on another cruise, because I really didn't get to go on this one.
Man, but that's crazy. 20 hours in the water. 20 hours not knowing if somebody's going to come, trying to stay mentally focused. You have to have some mental toughness not to give up. You have to be mentally tough not to give up. Man, that is crazy, but glad the man survived. A learning lesson, definitely an event of a lifetime, and just glad he pulled it through. So, all right, so that's it. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. That was a good ending to a sad situation, right? A tragic situation. So that's it. It's your boy, Big Trail, Big Trust Vlogcast. Let's get it. Yiddy.